Hey student, this is Meetup number 9. Yes, Meetup Wednesday. Where I help you unlock your English so that you can speak clearly and more confidently anywhere, anytime. It is wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for participating. This is a live lesson and we're gonna talk a lot. People on Instagram, thank you for joining. I'll be talking about English speaking. Now, if you want to see these slides I have prepared, come to YouTube. It'll be easier for you to see, okay? Invite your friends. It'll be nice to have people around, okay? This is a new channel. I'm here on YouTube at least. Now, guys, let's dive into the content. Teacher Prix, I can't speak English. My goodness, why? Now, before we start talking about it, and I prepared some interesting things, some interesting questions for you guys to think about. I like to know who you are. So make sure to participate in the chat. We have some hashtags so that I can identify you, so that I know who you are. We have a newbie. We have a regular. We have a BSA. Well, 3 so far. 3 hashtags, okay? We have a newbie. We have regular, we have BSA. What is the difference? Well, a newbie is someone watching me for the first time. You don't know me very well. And hey, newbie, if you're watching the replay, that's wonderful. Let me know as well, okay? If you're watching the replay and you are a newbie, it's fine. Now, if you are a regular, no problems either. Regular, watching the replay. If you are a regular, it means you're always around, watching the lessons, participating. So you are a regular. That's awesome. If you are a BSA, it means you're always around. You're constantly watching the lessons, but not just that. You are a student from the academy. You are in my online program. You are my baby, my student in my academy. So that is awesome. Make sure to tell me who you are. Hello, Ramil, BSA, awesome. Rosie, regular. Excellent. Fernando is regular. Excellent. It's really nice to have you guys here participating, answering. Very good. People on Instagram, let me know who you are, okay? Very important question. Now, guys, moving on. Nancy, BSA, excellent. I have to start by asking you a question. As I told you, this is going to be more interactive, so I want to know who you are, okay? Here, we're going to talk about speaking. So my question to you is, have you ever thought, pay attention, the question is important. Have you ever thought about situations, about what situations are difficult for you to express yourself? So tell me here in the chat, have you ever thought about what situations are difficult for you to express yourself? It's a very important question because it's time to analyze. And if you just say, oh, all the situations, no, it's not true. It's not true. There will be a moment when the conversation will get difficult, I know. But we need to analyze so that you can have a better study practice. What kind of conversations are difficult for you, okay? People on Instagram, I want to know, what kind of conversations do you feel like are very difficult for you to express yourself? Oh, teacher, I'm trying to find a job. I'm trying to find a better job. So interviews, I think they're very difficult. So tell me, job interviews, have you ever thought about that? Is it difficult for you, job interviews? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. No, teacher, my problem is not job, okay? Not it. I'm a professor. I work at a university, so my problem is to prepare presentations. I need to teach, I need to make presentations, have conversations about my job, but not about interviews, about presentations. I've had students that I have helped improve their ability to make presentations. In my academy, for example, I gave workshops to my students to teach them how to prepare for a presentation in English. Teacher, no, maybe it's difficult for me to answer questions. Answering questions. Is answering questions difficult for you? Is answering questions difficult for you? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. Is answering questions difficult for you? That is something for you to think about. And I will give a recommendation that will help you with this. So stay with me until the end. By the end of the lesson, I'm going to give you a simple step so that you can begin to improve this, okay? So that you can begin speaking. Nazima, you answer yes, so you have to stay until the end. And come to YouTube. It'll be easier for you to watch, okay? Fernando says, the words disappear from my mind. So I imagine you know what is happening. So Pablo says yes. Ramil says yes. I know how to express myself, but not fluently. What is fluently? You know, sometimes we think, oh, but when I am fluent, what is fluency? Because fluency doesn't mean you know all the words. Fluency doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. Fluency means you are able to describe something to someone. I can communicate. But that doesn't mean you need to do it perfectly. Because if you constantly look for that perfection, it'll be very difficult for you to get there. It's like the treasure at the end of the rainbow. It's not there. Hard to find, okay? Now, more possibilities. Asking people questions. Can you ask people questions? Can you ask people questions? Is that difficult for you to ask people questions? Hello, Loretta BSA. Nice to have you here. Is it difficult for you to ask people questions? Hashtag yes or hashtag no? These are different moments in conversations, and it's important that you identify. In most cases, when students come to me and they say, oh, it's difficult for me to speak, these are the questions I ask them. Well, can you do this? Well, can you do that? Well, can you do this? Is this difficult? We need to think. We need to breathe in English. That's awesome. It's important. But there's a process to do that. You don't need to do that all day long. I don't do it all day long. Stan says, yes, it's difficult to ask questions. Fernando says, yes, difficult to ask questions. Okay. Why? Because it's part of a conversation. Rosie, yes, I thought about how I can say to the taxi driver where I intend to go. You know, it's sometimes we complicate the conversation, but if you get into a car, you're taking a taxi. Basically, you just say the name of the place. You don't need to speak a long phrase. Fluency is not about speaking long and difficult phrases, but just speaking what you need to get the conversation, to get what you need. Miguel says yes, difficult to ask questions sometimes. Ramil says yes. And why am I asking you guys this question? Because that helps me identify what your problem is. Because I'm going to show you some answers here of some students that participated in questionnaires, and you will begin to understand what is going on, okay? And I was thinking about the lesson. Dastan says, oh, it's not difficult to ask a question. So you said yes. Anyway, guys, imagine, teacher, how am I going to know what I'm going to be talking about? I don't know what people will ask me. So how am I going to know? I don't know what people will ask me. I agree with you. It's impossible to know what questions people are going to ask you, what conversations you're going to have. So how do you do it? How do you speak? How do you speak anywhere, anytime? Now, what I would like to invite you to think about is, imagine if for the next 52 weeks, that's a year, okay? Imagine if for the next 52 years, 52 weeks, you practiced talking about something different. For the next 52 weeks, every week, you focused on something different. Would you be able to talk about everything? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to talk about everything just because of the 52 weeks, just because of the year. But would you be better prepared? Yes. you would be better prepared. Sometimes we think short term. What can I do today? Well, you have to be consistent so that in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 7 months, you harvest the results you want. So if you're thinking about, okay, right now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to speak because there are many possibilities, there are many conversations, there are many situations. Okay, so what are you doing every week to prepare yourself for that situation? If today I had to talk to a video maker in English, a native speaker who is a video maker, and I had to explain a problem in my camera, because this happened to me, okay? In Brazil, I didn't speak English, but I had a problem in my camera. And I had to explain to that person in English. Have I ever had this conversation in English? No. But because I have been preparing myself, preparing and practicing, something here, something there, something here, something there, I will be able to talk about it, even if I don't know exact words. And that's what stops many students. They think they need to have exact words. They need to have exposure to everything. And this everything never comes. So it's a very hard way to go on your journey to English fluency. Your English will be locked if you keep thinking this way. That is tough, okay? Now, guys, moving on. And why am I saying this? I have a BSA. She sent me a voice message, and she was talking about her experience because she finished the program. And it was interesting because I was listening to her speaking in English, 100% in English. I just talk in English with my babies. No Portuguese, no Spanish, no Italian, English. And she was saying, teacher, I finished the program and I am very happy. And then she explained her story. She told me she had studied English 10 years ago. Okay, she went to a traditional school, she had grammar lessons, she studied vocabulary, but there was one problem. She didn't practice English speaking. There was no speaking practice. And after she joined the program, she told me in her own words, the program forced me to speak. Every week I had a lesson and I had to speak. I had to practice English speaking. And she didn't know how to do it alone before. But by following the right guidelines, she pulled it off. Now I have a phrasal verb here. She pulled it off. Do you know this phrasal verb, to pull it off? Hashtag yes or hashtag no. Do you know the meaning of the phrasal verb, to pull it off? That's what my BSA did. After studying the program, following the guidelines, she pulled it off. I want to know your answer. People on Instagram, do you know the phrasal verb pull off? People on YouTube, do you know the phrasal verb pull off? To pull it off. Pull something off. There may be different translations, but I'm going to focus on a particular one. Daistan says no. Who else? People on YouTube, where are you? Now, what made this student pull it off? What made her change? Sandra says no, she doesn't know it either. Okay. What does BSA mean? BSA means baby sardine in the area. That's how I call my students. It's a nickname. I like to call my students sardines because sardines stay together to survive in the ocean. They say no. Okay. Very well, as a no. Okay. Diego, no. Okay. So what does it mean to pull it off? To be able to do something. To be successful in doing something. So after joining the academy, she pulled it off. What off? Her speaking. She didn't speak before, but after she joined the program, she pulled it off. So here, look at my example. She didn't speak before. She didn't speak English before. My BSA didn't speak English before. 10 years ago, she joined the program. She went to school. She couldn't speak English. After she joined the program, she followed the course, she did the modules, she pulled it off. She did it. She achieved success in English speaking. Do you understand the phrasal verb now? The phrasal verb pull it off? Hashtag yes or hashtag no? Tell me here, I want to know. So she was able to do something. She pulled it off. She was successful in doing something. It's important to have the context so that you understand. So let me know if you get it here. Now, why did this student pull it off? Did she have it? Was she special? Did she have any special skill? Did she have a private teacher? No, she didn't. It's an online program. She followed my guidelines. Did she travel abroad? No, she didn't. Is she special? No, she's a good person, but special? I don't know. She's an ordinary woman who followed the right kind of speaking routine. This is the difference. And this is the problem that many students fail to understand. There's no problem with you. Your ability to learn, your ability to improve, your ability to speak. But if you don't follow the right program, if you don't follow the right process, then you may spend time and time and time and time and time, and you will not get the result you want. So students learn to speak if they follow the right speaking exercise. And this is what happened to this BSA, okay? I see Angie is here. Angie is a BSA. Now she's getting it. She pulled it off as well. She's feeling more confident to speak English. So she pulled it off. She's able to do it now. She was successful. Now, guys, if there was something that I was gonna, oh no, this is in the, it's coming. No, it's not power, it's pull it off. P-U-L-L, pull it off. If you don't try, you never will. If you don't try to speak, you never will. If you always think very broadly, no, but there are so many conversations. Well, there are too many. I know, I agree with you. There are too many conversations. Do you know how many videos are made on YouTube every single day? I don't know if I have this number, but I let me Google here. How many YouTube videos per day on YouTube? Let's see if I see here. More than 2 billion people. No. 5 billion videos every day. And why am I talking about the videos? Conversations, subjects, different things. People are creating things every day. There's always a new conversation. So imagine if I focus on everything, I will never feel like I can unlock my English. I will never feel like I am able to communicate. There are so many conversations. There's so many things. There's so many things to talk about. So how do you pull it off? See, I'm using the phrasal verb. How do you pull it off? How do you do it? How are you successful? You follow a process. Remember the question I asked before? I told you to imagine. Imagine if for the next 52 weeks, it's 1 year, 52 weeks. Imagine if for the next 52 weeks, you feed your brain with different conversation subjects. Every week a different one. And you focus on a different one every week. I am sure you're going to be more prepared after you finish this challenge. You don't need to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just asking you to think about it. Students think, oh, but I don't have anyone to talk to me. Can I still improve my English speaking? Yes. This case study that I brought was from a BSA, using the program, using the guidelines. I learned to speak English. I didn't have a speaking partner, and I'm going to talk more about that. Stay with me. Teacher, but I need a private teacher. You can learn. It's amazing if you can have a private teacher, but it has to be a good one. Can't be just any teacher. But you don't need one. You can still practice your English speaking. Oh, but what if I make mistakes? You will make mistakes, whether with a private teacher or without. In the real life, you're going to speak the real English. And the real English, unfortunately, has mistakes. Okay? Now, Pablo, you are, oops. Ooh, I need to check. I need to do something here. Oh, man. Let's see. Pablo said something interesting, but teacher, I need to fix something here, guys. Sorry. 1 second. No, not yet. Oh, I can't do it. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to hang up. Guys, I'm gonna have to go just to YouTube, okay? Come with me on YouTube because the phone battery is dying and I don't know how to fix it, okay? Bye-bye. Now, guys, I'm only on YouTube right now because I had a battery issue. I had to finish. Pablo said something interesting, but teacher, I feel shame speaking to a native speaker. Shame is emotion, okay? Shame is not language. Shame is emotion. It's what you're thinking about yourself. Let me block someone here. How do I put this user in timeout? Let's see this. User this channel. Okay. It's an emotion, and emotions need different strategies. Because right now I'm talking about language and language strategies, but emotions will require different activities. That's why emotional intelligence, neurolinguistic programming is so important. It's something I talk about in my online program. It's very important practice. And many times we are worried about, oh, but what will that person think of me? We are making the conclusions. Oh, but I'm not good enough. I am making that conclusion. And that is going to impact your ability to communicate. And I've had many students who were really good, but they didn't believe in themselves. So it's important that you take that step. I believe I can do it. Have the confidence to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime, despite your mistakes, despite what people will think of you. And BSA, in the academy, we have exercises to work on confidence, to work on your emotions. Make sure to check them, okay? You have access to very important emotional exercises, okay? Oh, but teacher, if I travel abroad, I will speak English. Not really. Not really. If you don't have the right process, you're not going to speak English. It's not going to work out. It's not about going abroad. It's about working on the process, making the necessary changes to improve your ability to communicate, okay? Oh, but what if I go to a school? Again, it's not about the school. It's about the process. It's about the method that will help you unlock your brain to fluency, okay? Now, guys, but teacher, how am I going to put speaking in my practice? First, I need to talk to you guys about the wrong way to do it. And when I ask followers, subscribers, people here on YouTube or on Instagram, I get very similar answers. These answers that you can see here on the screen are that I copy-paste. Okay, I copy-pasted these answers from questionnaires that I sent to students, people who participated in events, workshops that I did in the past. And I got these answers, okay? There may be some mistakes because I didn't correct the mistakes. So if you correction patrol, that's why, okay? And when I ask them, tell me about your study routine, these are some answers, okay? I have hundreds of answers, but because I don't have a lot of space, I picked some answers, okay? And I'm gonna read some to you. Teacher, at this moment, I'm not studying consistently. Big red flag. I watch series or movies in English with subtitles. Another person said, Duolingo, that's what I do. Another person said, watching films, YouTube, podcasts. Another person said, YouTube. At this moment, I read or listen for half an hour a day. Okay. Another person said, I've been studying English by myself every single day through video lessons. Video lessons. Look, pay attention. Video lessons and music translation. No. On YouTube. Another person said, I watch YouTube videos and sometimes I try to read. Another person said, I read a book. I listen to podcasts. I watch videos in English to improve my pronunciation and study grammar. These are very similar answers. Very similar answers. And that's when you begin to identify the problem. What is going on? What is making people stuck? Where is the speaking routine? Where's the speaking practice? I watch videos. I watch YouTube. I listen to podcasts. I read. I listen. I translate music. I try to read. I watch grammar. Where is the speaking? Nobody answered that. And I have what? 300, 4, 5, 6. I have about 900 answers, more or less, give it or take, maybe more. It could be wrong, okay? It could be wrong. There could be more. They don't include speaking. How do you expect to improve your English speaking if you don't practice? So you make my job easy. Because watching movies, that's not even a routine. That's not even an exercise. It's a 2-hour long video. Are you really studying? You're watching. That's fun. I like to have fun. But that's not practice. And then the students don't improve their English speaking and they don't know why. Because maybe they don't have the experience to analyze their study routine like I have. I have been working as a teacher for more than 15 years. I've been to Harvard. I studied professional communication. I took different certifications. So it's easier for me to identify these problems that I am sharing with you. So is this something you do in your study routine? Watch videos on YouTube. And I like videos. I watch videos too. Listen to podcasts. Pablo, if you wait, just when I need to go abroad, I will boost my English. Yeah, but what happens if you have an opportunity today and you're not ready? This is a common mistake, Pablo. Don't wait for the opportunity to come. Prepare yourself for that moment. When the opportunity comes, you will be ready. This is the wrong mentality. I don't know. I started studying Italian before the pandemic. And I was supposed to travel to Italy in 2021. But unfortunately, it didn't work because, everything that is happening in the world right now. So I'm waiting. Did I stop studying? No, because I don't know when I'm going to be ready to go. So in the meantime, I keep studying. I keep preparing myself, practicing, studying. Because when the opportunity comes knocking, I'll be ready. So think about that, okay? Denise, I always feel butterflies in my stomach talking to teacher Prix. But I do it. It's part of the process. Just control your nerves. Yes, with my BSA, twice a month we talk. We spend time, I'm preparing more lessons. We're going to have more live lessons with the BSA. So you always have an opportunity to practice your English speaking. The feeling doesn't go away. Sometimes we get anxious, we get nervous. It's good. But you have to prepare yourself. I had another student. This was not in my program. This was some years ago. And he came to me. He was not my student yet. He came to me because he was getting close to an opportunity of a promotion at work. Not a promotion, but an international trip to a specific training abroad. And then he came to me and he said, I have 2 weeks to show my boss that I can do it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, were you studying English before? And then the student was like, well, watching some movies. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do miracles for you in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, but you missed your chance. You can try, But I don't think it's going to work out because you were not preparing yourself. So I've seen this happen to many students. Don't wait for when the opportunity comes, for when the promotion comes, for when the job interview comes, for when the international trip comes. Prepare yourself now. You don't know about the future. You don't know how fast things are going to happen, okay? Now, all these answers that I gave you about study routine have one thing in common. No planning, okay? I watch videos on YouTube. Poof, I'm watching a video. I don't know why. I listen to a podcast, a new episode. That's it. There's no planning. Another problem, no speaking practice. As I told you guys, I listen, I read a little. Maybe I do a little bit of Duolingo. Maybe I do some music translation. No. Wednesday speaking. This will not help you speak. And then the students come to me and they say, well, I can't speak. And then my next question is, do you practice speaking in your study routine? And then they think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. So you got to start paying attention. Okay, I don't speak. I'm not improving my English speaking. What am I doing in my free time? Because if you're here, you're not a beginner. This video is not for a beginner. It's for at least a pre-intermediate speaker or intermediate speaker who needs to improve, who needs to take their English to the next level, speak more clearly, speak more confidently, improve their vocabulary, unlock their English. So you have some information there. So how do you unlock it? That's why you're here. So when I ask these questions to students, that's usually the answer I get. So that's where the problem is. You want to do something, but you never practice. Imagine if I decided to, okay, let's say I want to go swimming. I decided I can't swim. I don't know why swimming is so difficult. And then you can ask me, okay, but do you practice swimming? And then I say, no, it's difficult. But do you practice? No, I'm alone. Now, in this case, I can't really practice alone because I would die. But I never take a lesson. I never follow a routine, a swimming routine. So how am I going to expect to learn to swim if I don't follow the right recommendations? So think about your study routine. Oh, I don't speak well, but do you practice? Because speaking is even easier than swimming, because speaking can be done alone. Swimming, it's dangerous. But speaking can be done. It's not dangerous. You're not going to die. If you try to speak English alone, you're not going to die. It'll be able for you to pull it off. Phrasal verb again. I'm using this phrasal verb intentionally so that you remember. You can pull it off. Swimming alone may be difficult to pull off. But speaking alone can be done. It's not dangerous. You're not going to die. Nothing's going to happen. Maybe if you speak loudly, aloud on the street, people will think you're crazy. But hey, let them be, okay? Speaking of speaking aloud, teacher Prix, does reading aloud count as practicing my English speaking? So if I read aloud, does it count as English speaking? No, it doesn't. It does not count as English speaking. And why? What is the difference? When you are reading, you are not creating. These are not your words. These are the author's words, the book's words. They are not your words. You're not thinking. You don't need to. They're there. You're practicing pronunciation, intonation. You're exercising your tongue, strengthening your tongue. But you are not practicing your English speaking. And people who tell you that are lying to you. You're not practicing your English speaking. Because English speaking will require you to create your phrases. To use all the information in your brain and create something. So if I ask you a question right now, let's see. How often do you go to the beach and why? I created this question, okay? I created. I didn't read the question. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. Speaking happens when I create the phrases, not when I read them. Hamid, you didn't understand what I said. I'm not saying reading is not important. I'm saying reading is not speaking. Does reading help? Of course it does. Vocabulary, reading, listening, they all help, but they have specific purposes. Speaking will happen when I take away the book, when I take away the phrases, and I create them. So I look at you and I ask you a question. So I look at you and I say something. So I look at you and I make a phrase. That's what speaking is. If you're not practicing that, then whenever there is an opportunity for you to speak, you will not know how. You feel worried, you feel afraid, and I understand why. There's no preparation. Let's say today, someone invited me to make a presentation in front of 10,000 people about, let's see, secure internet security, like safety, internet safety, that's a better word. Would I be ready? No. Would I be nervous? Yes. I wouldn't be ready. But I will offer you $10,000 to make this presentation, but you have to do it now. I don't know. I can't speak. Why? Because I'm not ready. I'm not studying. But if the same person came to me and said, okay, Priscilla, in 2 months, you will need to talk about internet safety in English. Can you do it? In 2 months? Of course. I'll prepare myself. I'll study. I'll practice. I'll prepare presentations. And I'll do it, and I'll do it, and I'll do it, and I'll do it. And then when the presentation comes, I will pull it off. I'll do it. I'll be successful. So how are you dealing with your English speaking practice? Are you preparing yourself? Every single day, or maybe not every single day, but in your study routine. I study 3 times a week. Do you speak on those days? No? So you're not preparing yourself. That's what I'm trying to teach you. That's why that BSA from the academy was successful. She changed because she included speaking in her study routine, and I showed her how. She followed an entire program, an entire schedule, showing how to do it. And I am sure that if you follow the right guidelines, you will go from not speaking to speaking clearly and confidently, anywhere, anytime. Now, Maria says value. Awesome. Hamid says value. That's good, good. Teacher Prix, how do I fix this, girl? I have a question for you. Do you know the saying, 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away? Do you know this phrase? Do you know this saying? Hashtag yes or hashtag no. 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. Do you know this saying? Hashtag yes, hashtag no. I want to know if you know it. Let me know if you know it. 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is a very famous saying in the US. Maria says yes. Ramil says no. Hamid says no. Who else doesn't know it? José says no. Good. So look, you're learning phrasal verbs, you're learning expressions, you're learning how to improve your English speaking. Come on, this lesson is value. Guys, this is a common phrase that says that literally, if you eat 1 apple every day, you will stay healthy. That's basically what it means. It means that if you eat some fruit like the apple is a very good fruit for you. You will be healthy. So you will not need a doctor. Okay? So basically, that's what this phrase means. One apple a day keeps the doctor far away. You don't need a doctor. Now, is this true? No, you need to eat vegetables, more, not just the apple. But the apple is a very healthy fruit. So by having a healthy lifestyle, by eating a healthy apple, you keep the doctor far away, okay, distant. Now, based on this phrase, I like to say that I have a solution. It's the one question a day. Yes, the solution is one question a day. What am I trying to say? I came up with this strategy many years ago, okay? I feel old now, but it's true, many years ago. And like you, when I was studying English, I didn't have people to talk to me. I was alone. I didn't have a speaking friends, a speaking partner. I went to a traditional school, but I didn't have speaking lessons. So I didn't, I had no one. I was alone, forever alone. And I was preparing at the time, I was preparing for a certification from Cambridge. I had to do a test. I wanted to get the test. I wanted to do the certification. And the speaking part was very difficult, very specific. So what did I think? What if I answer one question a day? I prepared myself, I think, for 3 or 4 months to do the test, okay? And basically, during that preparation, I started answering one question every day. My mother thought I was crazy because every day I was like, and my mother was like, who are you talking to? Are you crazy? And I was like, no, I am practicing my English speaking. That's what I'm doing. And I practiced until the day of the test. And I still practice that, okay? And on the day of the test, I took the test, I did the speaking exercise, and my highest score was in the speaking test. I did well in the writing, in the reading, in the listening. It was good, but my best result was in the speaking practice. And it was in the part that I was completely alone. And this is something that I do with my students in the academy. I give them speaking challenges. Every day they can do a speaking challenge and post on Facebook. Or if they don't want to post on Facebook, they can do alone. Why? One question a day. One question a day. Slowly but surely. If you can't speak at all today, start with a simple question. One simple question. And then tomorrow you try again. And then tomorrow one more question. And then tomorrow another one. And then the next day another one. And the next day another one. And that BSA that sent me the message, the audio message, telling me that the academy forced her to speak. That's what I did with her. One apple a day keeps the doctor away. One question a day. And she unlocked her English speaking. Of course, she followed the suggestions. She did all the exercises. But this is one small action you can start following today. One action. This is one recommendation that I can give you. Do I have more? Absolutely. Much more. I have many recommendations to give you. But if I could give you one small step for you to implement today, this is the one. Okay? This is one small step. Some students were sending me emails and questions. Teacher, I tried to join the academy, but I couldn't. You couldn't join the academy because right now the registration is closed, okay? The registration is not open right now. I will open registration, I don't know when, in a few months. So when I open the registration, you will know. I will send emails and stuff like that. But this was one small change that I would recommend for you to do today. Especially if you feel like, oh, I can't speak, it's too hard for me. Well, start with a small change. And start imagining, oh, if I do this for the next 52 weeks, how amazing am I going to be? Okay? So that's my main take for you today. One small action if you don't speak. Because as I told you, everyone can learn to speak. But if you don't follow the right process, nothing is going to change. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many TV shows you watch, how many movies you watch, how many podcasts you listen to, nothing is going to change if you don't change your process. And to change your process so that you can speak more clearly, you gotta include speaking exercises. That's why this student in my academy was so successful. Other than that, my friends, share this lesson with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.